flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Repeating, a flood watch remains in effect until 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Friday for the following areas: in California, Bakersfield, Buena Vista, Butlerville, Lost Hills, I-5, Carruthers, San Joaquin, Selma, Toluca, Avenal, Delano, Lost Coast Chapter, Glacier Mountain Communities, Fresno, Clovis, Fresno, Tulare Foothills, Fresno, Tulare, Lower Sierra, Grand Grove area, Grapevine, Kemper, Corcoran, Lemoore, Kaiser to Rogers Ridge, Kern River Valley, Dawson Hollows, Mariposa Madera Foothills, Mariposa Madera Lower Sierra, Merced, Madera, Mendota, Mojave Desert Slopes, Peter Walker Basin, Clifton, LeGrand, Snelling, San Joaquin River Canyon, Sequoia National Park, South End of the Lower Sierra, South End of the Upper Sierra, South End San Joaquin Valley, South End Sierra Foothills, Southeast San Joaquin Valley, Tehachapi, Upper San Joaquin River, Visalia, Porterville, Valley, West Side Mountains north of 198, West Side Mountains south of 198, west side of Fresno and Kings counties, Yosemite National Park outside of the valley of Yosemite Valley. The following is a winter storm warning for the following areas: in California, Grand Grove area, Kaiser to Rogers Ridge, Kings Canyon National Park, Sequoia National Park, Upper San Joaquin River and Yosemite National Park outside of the valley. Issued at 1:55 p.m. Standard Time.
Alrighty guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another live stream here for today. Hope everyone is doing alright on this awesome 5th of January. Hope everyone's doing great. Let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We have ourselves Crystal, we have Jessica, we have Frank, we have Mark, we have Megan, we have ECWXR. Mark says you won't be able to make it. Alright, sounds good. Let's see here. Caddy's here. What's up everybody? Hope everyone is doing alright. Glad to have you guys here for today. We got ourselves a possible change in weather here down in time, in which we're going to need to be talking about this here right now. So once again, everybody, hope everyone is doing all right. Glad to have you guys here again for today. Let's see here. So there's the thunderstorm risk here. Okay, we actually did have a severe thunderstorm warning. I do want to point out here a little bit ago, not too long ago, actually, just a few minutes ago, across portions of California, there's actually a severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect here for hail. Not any damaging winds, though. That's kind of interesting there. Anyways, but that's what's going on. We've got a lot of snow happening for the upper portions of California. We are seeing, a lot of nastiness regarding the flooding. I mean, seriously, there's tons and tons of flooding reports piling in here. The flooding reports are flooding in here, which is pretty crazy. We are indeed seeing a lot of flooding potential here. And before we really dive into what we're expecting in the future, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's actually happening right now. Across California, everywhere you see in the dark green, all of that is flood watches, which is ridiculous. That is showing flooding conditions being possible. Now, across the areas here in this lime green color right there, you can see kind of towards the west central portion of California, that, my friends, is a flood warning. Meaning that flooding is ongoing or expected to develop shortly, which I can pretty much guarantee that it's already going on right now. Like I said, we've been seeing a bunch of nasty amounts of moisture moving its way across California, and this is coming in multiple waves. And I really hate to say this, but for areas of California, could see multiple more of these type of events here for this month, which is just a little bit concerning here, in which I'm going to talk to you guys about here in a moment. Towards portions like of Idaho, we're seeing a little bit of snow across these areas. Utah, a little bit of snow shower activity, nothing too crazy. But for those mountaintops there in California, we potentially could see up to maybe 2 to 4 feet of snow. Yes, you heard me correctly. That is absolutely crazy. So we're going to have to really be watching out for California. Obviously, prayers goes out to, like I said, prayers has to go out there to California, which is pretty crazy. Do I do it in the bedroom? No, so I'm actually upstairs. I'm actually at my girlfriend's house right now, and I'm doing it here. But anyways, but like I said, that's what's going on over there across the way towards like the Ohio Valley. There's a little bit of snow actually, looking like it's falling towards like Illinois, Indiana. Kind of what we were telling you guys yesterday. There's a little bit of snow that's going to be moving its way towards the region. Eventually, this will make its way into Ohio, Pennsylvania, even West Virginia was there in the forecast. We'll look at that here in a moment. We'll see what's the latest verdict on that. But anyways, but like I said, guys, glad to have you guys here. Let's see here. My stepmom lives in Georgia. 84-year-old mother is in California. The winds are hurricane force, blowing between 60 to 70 miles an hour. Lots of water. That is crazy. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of nasty conditions going on across these areas here. It's crazy. Yeah, California is definitely seeing the extreme of it right now. Like I said, regarding the heavy flooding and regarding the snowfall at those upper elevations, I mean, it is just rocking them. It is just absolutely rocking them. So, I tell you what, though, we're going to take a look here at the future radar regarding what we can see here down in time. I do want to go ahead and switch on over here. So if you guys want to follow along in time, it's in the top left, right over there, guys, if you want to follow along with that. This is the future radar, my friend, and unfortunately, there is more rain to come for portions of California. So we track our way down here in time. So obviously we have the heavy snow falling across the upper levels here well into this evening. The snow kind of really lights up for the early morning of the 6th or for tomorrow morning. Precipitation really just kind of fades out across a lot of those regions, continuing towards like Utah and surrounding areas here. So nothing, that's good news, gives them a little breather. But unfortunately, by the time we move into like tomorrow evening, areas in like Northern California are going to be seeing more. And as you can see, there's more rain on the way. We're just seeing back-to-back low-pressure systems completely just, like I said, seriously, just completely just like smashing basically the western coast, which is definitely, definitely really, really crazy here. But that is, that is indeed actively what we are seeing. So we're definitely just going to keep an eye on this. Like I said, this is seriously a very, very nasty situation that is occurring here for California. We take this in the long range here. Like I said, currently what's going on now is that first wave, second wave moves through. And like I said, we're in a pattern where it's just multiple. I mean, just seriously, once after another potential here. I really don't like to take it too far in the model, but you can see how there is multiple just rounds of rain and snow for California. And like I said, we've gone from a dry state to an extremely oversaturated state across portions here of California. So that's obviously an area we're going to need to definitely be watching out here. So on this system, we were actually watching yesterday. The GFS and a few other models did indicate the possibility of a low-pressure system tracking its way into portions of the central country, basically by the early morning of the 7th, or basically here for Saturday. So here's the thing. So we track our way down in time. Now the GFS has died down a lot on snow potential, but it does show the possibility of maybe just a little bit of snow towards like northern Missouri, southern Iowa, portions of Illinois, tracking eastward, and then just kind of fading out. I really wouldn't keep my hopes up regarding this because there is a lot of different models saying a lot of different things. In which, for an example, we take a look here at those other models, in which I'll go ahead and pull up the GFS we just looked at here for a second. We'll bring that back up. But we're on a different website here, so let's go ahead and do that. So anyway, so here we go. So there's a GFS model. Once again, that low-pressure system moves through, maybe some snow across those regions. Yeah, maybe a little micro cold front drives through. Nothing too potent, nothing too crazy. I really don't think that any thunderstorms or severe thunderstorms will be a concern across this system if it does develop here. Now we move over to the European model in the latest runs here. This one has a little bit of snow being possible, but anything accumulative, not really. Same thing, a little weak cold front moving through, maybe just driving, just a little bit of rainfall, maybe some rumbles of thunder, but I don't think anything in the severe spectrum, nothing like tornadoes or anything like that's going to be a concern out of it. Not really concerned about it. However, in the long range here, like I said, for basically proportions of like the proportions of the 12th. That's a little far out there, but I will tell you what, there is a little bit of support of another system driving its way across the country, maybe delivering some snowfall, maybe not. We take a look here across the GFS model regarding that same exact potential, and it's there, as you can actually see. For basically portions of the 12th, we have another system moving through that could drive maybe some snow, maybe just some rain. So the GFS model has this thing going kind of at a similarity to what the European model. So there is a little bit of agreement here between the models, talking about this potential storm system that could happen for the early portions of, basically the early portions of the teens of January. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Now here for the GDPS model regarding that little system, it really just kind of has it fizzle out for the most part. But there is more support, once again, here for like the 12th of a potential system driving its way across the country. Now this might be an early trend here. This might be an early trend here talking to us about the factor we might see another system. Because all three of the models we just looked at talked about it. Which is definitely really, really crazy. So we're going to have to really keep on watching that here. The RDPS does not go out as far, but we can take a look more towards that one system, in which I'm actually going to go ahead and switch this over to this view. Switch over towards the Midwest region because that's where the snow is showed. So like I said, the GFS, we'll take a look here back at it. The long-range American models, we track our way down in time. Yeah, you can see how a little bit of snow could be possible, like for northern Missouri. Basically here for like the late 7th, early 8th, potentially moving into Illinois. But like I said, I don't really trust this too much, so don't get your hopes up on it. Then we move into the NAM model, which is another North American, or this is a North American model. You can see some snow moving across the Ohio Valley, just kind of in showers, really nothing too crazy. And the NAM model really does not show any snow happening out of that low pressure system. So overall, that little system is going to be moving through the country. It's expected to, by multiple models, but there's just not enough support of it. We take a look here at the NAM Nest, which is a higher resolution of the NAM 3-kilometer model, pretty much, or the NAM 12-kilometer model. Like I said, really does not show much of anything, so don't get your hopes up regarding that. Even though some models are showing it, other models are not. Now the RAP model, this one's a rapid refresh, which is also an American model if that little thing would move, but you can see there's a little bit of snow towards Kentucky. So, to be honest with you, we really don't know what's going to happen here. Now, could snow be out of the equation? I'd say it's quite unlikely to see a lot of snow out of this, even if it did snow. Okay, so say this thing even did produce snow. It would not be any crazy amount of snowfall, okay? Because this low pressure system is actually still quite high pressure, in which it's only at 1,019 millibars, which considered to be low pressure. It's basically like 1,013 and lower. But with that being said, I mean, this high low pressure system will be moving through the region, probably really not causing too many impacts. Maybe nothing more than just a little bit of rainfall, towards like the Midwest, Tennessee, and Ohio Valley regions. Honestly, like I said, just not really too concerning. HRRR model, once again, some snowfall across like the Ohio Valley here over the next few nights. We are going to be seeing that. You can see, I mean, like similarity to what the RAP model had to say. Obviously showing a little bit of snowfall there for Kentucky. Now that's a trend between those two models. So it's something that can't be ruled out, but there's just not full support of it yet. In which I really would not trust it too much. But like I was saying though, on the big picture, guys, what I was telling you guys is that not this little system is the big concern. There is a changing weather pattern here. And like I said, I mean, multiple waves of rainfall across the West. I mean, look at that. Seriously, across California, we have the one dealing with now. Another one comes in here for basically portions of the 8th. Another one forecasted for the 9th. Another one forecasted here for the 10th or the 11th. Another one here for the 12th to the 13th. So it's just constantly battering. I mean, seriously, look at that. Constantly battering the West. I mean, you don't have to go too far out in the models, and you already see several rounds of rainfall moving into California. So this is going to be a multiple-day event here. We are in a very nasty pattern to where California is going to be receiving tons of precipitation, well more than above normal, as you can probably obviously tell, which is definitely pretty crazy. So that's what we're talking about here. Let's see, what's the pink parts? That's basically winter precipitation, or so winter, basically wintry mix between sleet and freezing rain, essentially. Honestly, Megan, you could even be impacted by this. There is actually some models that does show some snow, maybe down towards like St. George, maybe. Let's see, take a look. Yeah, you can see how St. George is there in blue. Let's take this to the closer models, yeah, because this one does not determine altitude, or it does, but not in a big scale. Yeah, it shows a lot of it melting over you though. A lot of snow around you. But other than that, I mean, that's basically it there. But like I said, guys, I mean, there's just going to be multiple rounds, constant rounds of, like I said, constant rounds of, rainfall moving into portions of California, which is definitely is not very good at all for those areas. So that's kind of what we're watching here at the moment. But like I said, we're watching another system here, and like I said, this actually caught my eye over the last day, because I remember looking at the models last night, and it was talking about this system here, basically for the 12th of January. And I know it's still a few days out. Yes, obviously things are going to change by then, but the fact is, like I said, the fact is we are indeed going to be seeing, like I said, the fact is that we are seeing tons of different models. Like I said, not just specifically the GFS, because we can't just look at one. But we'll track this over here to the 12th and such like that. You can see here for the 12th and the 13th, we have the system here. And then we track further and it tracks eastward. That could be quite impactful. That really could be quite impactful here. For the European model here, we track this even further down in time here. Obviously, this one shows it too for like the 12th and the 13th. Same thing, kind of moving across the east. Could be a problem. So you guys see you all see the pattern here is that a lot of the major models here. Here's another one of the major models, the GDPS model. There you go. This one also shows it happening, but this one has that low pressure system a lot further north, essentially. A lot more further arc to the north. A lot of the between the GFS and European had it going a lot more south for the most part, but the Canadian model has it moving more north, which is interesting. So. Overall, I mean, yeah, we're going to have to watch out for this here. It's definitely going to bring the possibility of more rainfall or some rainfall across the central eastern country and perhaps even some snow. But like I said, right now we're just in too early of a stage to understand exactly what the main hazards are going to be. Because like I said, this is for the 12th and the 13th. This is still about a week out. So, and like I said many times before, is I really don't like tracking any more than 5 days out unless I see some serious agreement between the models. And that's kind of the point where we're at now, is that every model we really looked at here supports this system. Here's the UK Met model. This one, there's another one here. This one actually does not even go out as far. Let's see, this one does not even go out as far as where that system exists. So that brings the topic here to the towards the blend of models here. We track our way down in time, and you can kind of see the impacts with those winds increasing across the country for basically like the 12th and the 13th. So overall, I mean, even the blend of models is talking about it. Let's see here regarding the rainfall across the ways. Yeah, I mean, you can really see how basically around that time period, how the rain increases across the country. So we'll keep an eye on it. But like I said, yeah, with California here, I mean, like I said, we track our way all the way to the 10th, which is just 5 days out, which is pretty practical. Areas like in California, like we were talking about here, I mean, look at the amount of rainfall for the next 5 days. We're talking like up to 10 plus inches across a lot of these regions. This is rainfall, not snow. Which is definitely a bit crazy. Definitely is a bit crazy regarding things. Now with snowfall between the blend of models here, that's even more concerning. Yeah, we track this to the 10th here, and you can see the blend of models showing anywhere up to like 90 inches of snowfall. Which that is ridiculous. That is absolutely nuts. So. Like I said, I mean, this is seriously going to be having some negative impacts on California. Too much precipitation across the way, which is very concerning on the western front here. So, to my people that's in California, just a thing. Just be on the lookout. Like I said, over the next few weeks, because we're in a very active pattern, as mentioned before here, to where there's going to be the possibility of well above average, precipitation. You can actually see here. Look at this. Here's a precipitation outlook for this week and the next week, and you can see it, or you really can't. But if you look closely here, you see how the chart tops out across California. And you know things are bad whenever you reach a 100% above average chance across California, just due to multiple rounds of rainfall moving through, which that in itself is very concerning. Brenda says, hello, what's up, Brenda? Let's see, Time Kill says, what's up? Hope you're doing good. We average about 17 inches of rain annually, very dry here. Yeah, let's see, Bold Warrior says, what about Southern Oregon, Eastern? So that's actually a good question. So for areas towards like Oregon, a little more to the north, obviously the state above California here, we track this to the northwest. You can see the Oregon. I should probably switch scenes here. You can see over here towards Oregon, kind of a similar situation. You're going to be dealing with a lot of, multiple rounds of precipitation. I don't like to take it too far out there, but this is 5 days out here. You can see just how much precipitation we could possibly see across the way. Just multiple rounds of it. Perhaps a lot of mixture between snow and rain. It depends on exactly where you're at. Especially for those upper levels, that's where you're really going to be seeing that those snowfall totals. More in the higher resolution model, you can see how some of Oregon's just going to be continuously pelted, with a whole bunch of precipitation here. And something I really want to actually show you guys is basically let's see if I can get a good view over here. I want to look at the western coast, just off of the coast of here, as you can see. There you go. It's kind of a better view, but I wish I could maybe look a little more further west here. Let's try Eastern Pacific. I think that's too far low. I might just have to take it to a very large perspective. So let's just bring up North America here. That'll probably work. So, like I said, here's California right there where my yellow circle's at right there, or my yellow oval. And like I said, we track our way down here in time, and you can see how there is just a big belt, continuous belt of low-pressure systems tracking towards California and revolving. Basically like a big carnival ride. You see how there's just so much spinning going on here, so much vorticity, which is very nuts. And like I said, this is just leading to bashes upon bashes of rain across the west. And like I said, who knows? Even some of those injects of moisture could be enough to spark off some systems across the central U.S. And like I said, basically what we're looking at here is that, for the 12th, what I was mentioning before, to my friends here in the central and eastern part of the country, might need to monitor this situation. This is still pretty far out. Things are bound to change, but like I said, there is there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of models actually suggesting the possibility of this system. The existence of this system is actually quite interesting here. Let's see. I'm actually going to pull back to the models here, guys, and we're going to switch on back. So like I was saying, moving back to the GFS here, back to the United States view. And like I said, you can see here, if we take a look at the precipitation, the rainfall, stuff like that over the next little bit, you can actually see how that system right there moves through. Basically for the 12th and the 13th, maybe having enough energy to kick off some storms across the south. I'm not going to dive into that yet. Maybe obviously a snowmaker too could be a possibility on the table. Who knows? It's that time of the year where both occurrences are possible. And like I said, we're in a pretty active pattern. Things are expected to really amp up over the next few weeks. So we're going to have to really be monitoring that there. But once again, GFS shows that system. The next big model is the European model. This one also, as you can see, we move into the 12th now. This one also shows this system too. Maybe more of a concern for snowfall according to the European model. Even the Canadian model, the long-range GDPS model, supports the system as well, as you can see there for the 12th and the 13th moving through, with that low pressure a little bit more amplified to the north. So like I said, it really just depends, the factor of how much moisture, how much of that precipitation is going to be moving inland, how much warm air is going to be pulling up, where the low pressure system is going to be located. There's several factors. Like I said, there's several factors regarding what's next. What the concerns could be out of this next system here. So, like I said, we're just going to have to really be watching out for that. I used to tease my mother about eventually having a beachfront property. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I mean, eventually, especially areas in Florida. I mean, if you buy if you buy areas inland, eventually in Florida, you'll probably have a front row seat there to the beach. But that's what we're looking at, guys. That's basically what's in the forecast here. I do want to show you the Storm Prediction Center before we head off here tonight. So let's go ahead and show you so. So here's the Storm Prediction Center. Today's outlook. There is no risk or severe weather. Thunderstorm risk across central Florida, western U.S., obviously for a lot of California. Makes sense. Tomorrow, no thunderstorms in the forecast. Day after, no thunderstorms in the forecast. And in the long range, nothing is there. So, tell you what, looking pretty clear. At least in regarding to that. And the temperatures, actually, I'll show you this, actually. If we take a look at once again, the Climate Prediction Center here, those temperatures is expected to be well above average for a lot of the country for this week and the next week. You can see areas in red, that are the orange and red, that's showing above average temperatures. Same thing for next week and the following week after that, basically showing the same thing. So we're kind of in a pattern here where we're starting to see a lot more warmer temperatures across the country with an increased amount of precipitation across the country, especially the west. Taking it to the week after that, same thing. So we got to be watching, for a lot more systems. Basically the green is showing us more above average precipitation, and obviously that leading to more low pressure systems driving through the country. So I'll tell you what. So over the next few weeks, regarding the weather, things are on a change. Things are basically, heading into a change here to where perhaps severe weather could be more common due to those warmer temperatures and more precipitation. More potential snowmakers due to more precipitation. Obviously still pretty cold across the north regions. So that's the big question. We're into a very active weather pattern right now. And things might be quiet here across the central country for the next few days. But after that is whenever I start to get a little concerned. So like I said, it's the calm before the storm, basically. And in which we are going to need to really keep on watching, okay? But that's basically what is going on, my friends. I feel like we covered just about everything here regarding it. Just a big old mess across the west. Eventually things are going to change to more storms across the central eastern country. Possibility of more severe weather due to warmer temperatures, more precipitation, as mentioned before. A whole bunch of other things. So, obviously, if I was to give a little zone here, regarding what kind of weather we can see over the next few weeks. Obviously, a lot of rain across the west can be forecasted, a lot of snow for those upper elevations. Maybe across the northern portions of the country, maybe more snow could be down the line. And across the south, I'd say more severe thunderstorms. Maybe more thunderstorms could be a concern for the next few weeks. So we'll definitely have to continue to see that. And that's a little bit of the climatology mixed in with the meteorology here regarding things. But that's about it, guys. That's about what we are looking at here. In the forecast here is a quick little brief look at over the next 48 hours regarding precipitation. This is kind of what we're looking at. A little bit of precipitation across portions here of the Northeast, the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, Midwest region, Southern Plains, and of course the West. We cannot forget about the West here. And some very, very nasty stuff. Same thing for Southern Florida too. But yep. That's what's going on. 48-hour snowfall accumulations possible. Yeah, possibility of some accumulations across portions of the Northeast. Not too much, no more than about 3 inches, so not really anything too crazy. Wind gusts here pretty strong across portions of like New Mexico over the next day, so have to be watching out for that. All right, guys. Well, that's going to go ahead and do it here for tonight. If y'all did enjoy it, like I said, obviously make sure that you guys consider leaving a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Let's go see. So as climate change accelerates, we can look forward to an extended tornado season and reduced winter snows. Kind of seems like that. So that's kind of what I'm a little concerned about here right now is the fact, like I said, we took a look here at the climatology models, or the climatology outlook, or the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center, regarding things. And like I said, overall, it appears to be more precipitation. Obviously still cold enough for snow across the north, but like I said, due to those warm temperatures across the south, I mean, that could be a problem here. Let's see here. Crystal with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much there, Crystal. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. Super nice of you. Red says, I caught it late, but it was great. Hey, that rhymes. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, though. But anyways, my friends, we'll keep you all updated. We'll do another live stream tomorrow. Probably a video tomorrow, too, for the people early. Probably do an early video tomorrow, and then we'll probably do a live stream tomorrow afternoon some point. I'm actually heading back to Lakeland tomorrow, so I'm not going to be down here, but or be back here in Orlando. So next time you see me, I'll still be here, but time after that I'll be in a different location. Alrighty. Well, once again, thank you so much. Let's go to you. What was that super chat thing on your screen new? No, it's actually been that way, but I made it bigger on the screen. Alrighty, guys. Well, once again, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you guys for joining, and like I said, here tomorrow we'll be back with more info regarding things. Tomorrow we'll have more ideas with the models, become a little bit more closer with the future and stuff like that. So we'll have more info and stuff like that. Jenny says hello. Well, we'll see you later, Jenny. Well, sorry that you joined late. Like I said, we just now are wrapping up here for tonight. Let's go ahead and see here. Daniel says bye. I'll see you later, Daniel. NK says good show. Thanks for your service. No problem. Let's see here. I love the user interface setup for the stream. That was cool. Well, thank you so much. Let's see here. Wife of Grumpy Old Marine says thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, thank you for joining. Yeah. Jenny says sorry I'm late. No problem. But anyways, guys, thank you once again for joining us. The stream's going to head off here in about 2 minutes, so let's go ahead and get that timer counting. But anyways, my friends, like I said, once again, if you did enjoy this, make sure you do leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Be really appreciated if you are new to the channel. So be safe in your travels. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Crystal, once again, thank you so much for the super chat for tonight. Big shout out goes to you. And all right, my friends, well, once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you guys here in the next one. Peace out, my friends.
Heavy rainfall. Highs in the upper 50s. South winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Gusts up to 45 miles an hour, decreasing to 30 miles an hour in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation near 100%. Tonight, partly cloudy. A 50% chance of rain until midnight. Patchy fog after midnight. Lows in the lower 40s. South winds up to 10 miles an hour. Friday, mostly sunny. Widespread dense fog in the morning. Highs in the mid-50s. Southeast winds up to 10 miles an hour. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Patchy fog. Lows in the lower 40s. Southeast winds up to 10 miles an hour. And now the extended forecast for the radio listening area. Saturday and Saturday night, cloudy with rain likely. Patchy fog. Highs in the mid-50s. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday and Sunday night, patchy fog during the day. Mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of rain. Highs in the mid-50s. Lows in the upper 40s. Monday and Monday night, rain. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the upper 40s. Chance of rain near 100%. Tuesday and Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with rain likely. Highs in the mid-50s. Lows in the lower 40s.